Hello everyone, welcome to my 140th live stream. Today is Friday the 13th. Yep, October 13th. So yeah, let's get on with this stream, shall we? So first off, I want to start by saying we got the Ones Who Live teaser. And, it came out yesterday. And also, I just want to say, guys, it's been a while since I last streamed. Let me see if I'm streaming on Discord.
Right.
Oh, hey, Nick. What's up, man? Let's see what everyone else sees. Okay. Hi, Josh. Thanks for coming. Hopefully the stream holds. I'm only going to stream for like an hour. There's not much to break down with this teaser. But, yeah. So, anyways... let me see if you guys can see the teaser right. Hold on, let me just move that a little bit. Okay, does that look right? Okay, hold on, does that look right now? One second. It should be fine. Alright, so the teaser. Okay, so we get another 30-second teaser of The Ones Who Live. I'm very excited for this show, but you guys know I was kind of disappointed with how short it was. I just wanted a little bit more footage of the CRM and stuff, just a little bit more, because I just feel like 30 seconds of Rick and Michonne in the fog with a few new scenes is not enough. We waited so long, so yeah. But let's talk to Nick. So hey Nick, how are you doing? How are you doing tonight?
Good.
Awesome, man. Are you excited? What are you
excited?
Yeah. Awesome, man. So yeah, we have Rick. I can't tell you how many times people are saying that Rick is going to lose his arm, that they see shots where, oh no, Rick has lost his arm. Guys, it's not going to happen, or at least they're not going to show it. Like, I don't know. It's just, okay, so like, here is a flaming walker going to Rick, and some people say, oh, look at his left hand. It looks funny. Guys, his hand is open here in this scene, and he kills a zombie, and look at that. Some people are like, oh, it's still infected, it's this, or it's been cut off. No, it has not been cut off. It's not a prosthetic. He is wearing, he's wearing a watch and some kind of special wire that's tied to a CRM soldier or whatever. So it's not like that, you know what I mean? So yeah, Rick kills a zombie.
Plus,
go ahead.
Wasn't that something that Kirkman regretted in the comics?
Yes. Here's the thing, though. I think it's possible they could do this to Rick in the TV show. Here's the thing, though. Kirkman, I believe he said he regretted doing it so early in the comic universe, because it was like around issue 20-something, 30-something. So that was really early in the comic run. So I think that's what Kirkman kind of regretted. You know what I mean? Doing it that early. It's like, it's like, wow, like Rick loses his hand literally just a few volumes into the story. So yeah, so here we have a shot of Rick. He's covered in blood, looking at something. It looks like it's above him, and you see behind him 51. So I assume he's in the city, the Pacific Republic, in Philadelphia. And by the way, guys, you guys probably already know I actually have this Rick jacket. I paid $120 for it a month ago, and the jacket is awesome. I'm going to wear it for Halloween, at work or something. So, yeah, so here we have Rick looking at something, and then, I don't know, it seems like he's going somewhere, because it looks like he turns to see something, then walks off. So he's seeing something, maybe a helicopter, maybe something, I don't know. Okay, so, yeah, so here we have Rick killing zombies, and you can see a bunch of other consignees. You know how Silas was one in World Beyond? So, here's one thing, though. I don't know why they're just watching him. It's like, aren't these people they're his coworkers, so shouldn't they be helping him? I don't know about that. That's kind of weird. Here we have, I assume this is Rick, and a zombie just jump scared him or something. This zombie is just ugly. Like, seriously, ugh. So Rick is killing zombies, yelling, and then, okay, yeah, so here we have another scene where, okay, so here people say, oh, Rick lost his hand, and I will not call out who it is, but someone said that Rick lost his left hand because you don't see it in this shot. But that is not at all the case. Why would this is clearly just a callback to the season 4 finale when Rick is just sitting on the road by the side of the car after he killed Joe. This is just a callback to that. People say that Rick lost his hand here. Like, can you believe that, Nick? Some people think that Rick lost his hand in this shot because it's not in the frame. Like, we don't see his feet in the frame. We don't see his butt in the frame. Does that mean it was cut off? Like, come on. People just, it's ridiculous. You know?
Hey, Brian.
Yeah?
Which jacket to you is more iconic? Is his CRM jacket more iconic, or is his murder jacket from season 5 more iconic?
The murder jacket is more iconic because we haven't seen Rick wear the CRM jacket for that long, and also it has not been that long in the series since the CRM have been, around. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Okay, so here we have the phone. So this is the phone that this is the phone that Michonne is going to find. You can see that there's no Judith marking on it. So it's pretty obvious that Rick is going to get the phone and, make more sketches on it, whatever. And also, by the way, in the voiceover, you have Rick saying he tried to escape, he tried to make it to her, he failed, and he says, I want you to know I loved you, and I tried. So I think what happens is, I think Rick recorded a message on the phone, and to be fair, this reminds me of something I did in Extinction, because in my show, actually, characters actually have cell phones. They don't work, obviously, for calling, but they have it to record messages, and I always kind of thought it would be a cool thing to do in The Walking Dead, and I think that's what they're doing now, and I think it's really cool, where it's like, oh wow, characters will actually be able to record a message on a phone, and you know what I mean? It's just kind of something where it's like yeah, it would still work in a zombie apocalypse, obviously cell phones don't work, but the apps and stuff still do, I assume, so yeah. Anyway, Rick has the phone, and he's gonna eventually give it to Michonne. So this is a flashback, and here we have Michonne. She's in her Wakanda outfit, Wakanda forever, and, so I don't know who, the people that she's with, I don't know who they are. There's some kind of nomadic cowboys, whatever, but we're gonna see a few episodes with her, with them, and killing zombies and all that stuff. And, Rick says the line, I love you, and then boom, the ones who live. And yeah, that was it. And it's coming out February 2024 next year. So I assume it's going to be February 25th, the very last Sunday in February. I assume it's going to be then. So yeah. Now
Hey, Brian.
Yes? All right. So
I just want... I just wanted to say, every time I look at Michonne for some reason, I always get reminded back to her terrible exit from season 10.
Yeah, I know what you mean, man. No matter to this day, Michonne's exit, to me, it's so bad. Rick's exit is so good, and yet Michonne's is just so bad. I don't know what it is. It's not good. Just not good at all. Everything about Michonne's exit sucks. Virgil literally kidnapped her, lied to her, manipulated her, tortured her, drugged her. And then she lets him live. It's come on, really? It just doesn't seem like Michonne's something that she would do. And even the people that were also being drugged by Virgil are like, oh, yeah, okay, he can live. It's what? Come on. They don't even fight Michonne on it too much. They're just a little bit no, we should kill him. And she's just no, we can't. It's right. If I was drugged by someone in a zombie apocalypse, I wouldn't care if a black samurai lady who saved me said, no, we shouldn't do it. I would be no, I don't care what you think. Okay? This guy needs to die. And let's be honest, Virgil should have died in that episode, because it's not like he did anything that mattered afterwards, in the Walking Dead series. So, yeah.
And then to make matters worse, he briefly appeared in season 11, and then he vanished, never to be seen again.
Right. I told people he was killed off screen by the Commonwealth, and they don't believe me. I'm there was blood. There was blood on the grass in Alexandria near the windmill, and on the windmill itself. There was blood, human blood. You know what I mean? Not walker blood, human blood. We didn't see any bodies, but I'm yeah, Virgil was probably one of them. It just makes the most sense. Come on, Okay. Hey, Walker Dead. He says, thoughts on season 2 of the Daryl spinoff being titled "The Walking Dead: Daryl Dixon: The Book of Carol." I mean, I don't really care about the Daryl show, Walker Dead, but I think that's a stupid title. Like, I've got to be honest with you. Like, I think it's pretty stupid. Uh,
Well, Brian, the Daryl show has been way better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I know. You told me about that, and I'm surprised. I'm still not gonna watch it myself. I don't have the time, and also, just from what I've heard and seen in like thumbnails and like people discussing it, it really doesn't make any sense to me, like at all. Um, so yeah, but anyways, like I said, I just don't have time. That this is a big one. It's just time for me mostly. I got Extinction, I got school, I got a full-time job. I cannot do this, guys. Like, I cannot. Like, for real. I can't watch Daryl Dixon. I just don't have time. But yeah, I heard it's better than Dead City, and, like, it's, like, one of those things where it's like, wow, like, the fact that Daryl having a show by himself, the fact that it's better than Negan and Maggie, it's like, wow, like Maggie... Oh my goodness, Maggie better feel like complete garbage. Like maybe Negan too, because like wow, guys, think about this. For Maggie and Negan, your show, the two of you together, your show is worse than just Daryl by himself with a bunch of French people. Like seriously, Maggie and Negan must be doing something seriously wrong in Dead City for the Daryl show to be like this much better. It's just Daryl, so it's like, what I'm saying? It's 2 against 1, and yet Daryl's beating Maggie and Negan. It's like, wow, Maggie must suck. Like, it must suck so bad.
Well, the problem with Dead City for me, it kind of destroyed Maggie's character even more, making her a liar, a double crosser, a backstabber, betraying Negan and stuff. Just
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, Rick Grimes. Hey, guys, looks like we have Rick Grimes here. He is a awesome Walking Dead YouTuber. He makes awesome posts and videos. So yeah, guys, check out his channel if you get a chance. He's in the chat. Glad you can make it, man. If you have any questions, just let me know. I just broke down the 30-second teaser. It literally did not even take me that long to break down the teaser. It's because Negan and Maggie drama is getting old. Yes, exactly, Rick Grimes. See, here's the thing, though. As much as I don't like the Daryl show, the premise, the synopsis, the plot, because it's like, think about it, it's Daryl in France. It's so out there. I will admit, at least it's something new, Whereas with Dead City, this is literally just season 11 all over again. Like with Maggie and Negan trying to kill each other. Dude, like, I'm sorry, okay? Maggie and Negan, they have to address the relationship. Are they gonna get together in an intimate way, or are they gonna kill each other? Like, just do one of those, okay? I'm sick of the back and forth between Maggie. Like, seriously, the amount of attention and the amount of time that Maggie has spent with this man is insane. Like, Maggie, either you hate Negan or you're in love with him. Just pick a lane. Like, seriously, I can't figure. I just can't anymore. It's just so confusing. Like,
And hey, sorry.
It's okay. Walker Dead says 5 weeks until the Walking Dead Destiny releases. What do you think about that? Yeah, I'm not too confident in the Walking Dead Destinies. Walker Dead. I think here's the thing though. I think it's still gonna come out. I think it's gonna be decent-ish, but I think I think they're gonna come out with another trailer or something, and the graphics are gonna be a little bit better. But yeah, I think that it's not gonna be like amazing. It's not gonna be like Spider-Man 2, like amazing, Marvel Spider-Man 2. It's not gonna be like that. I just think it's gonna do okay, I guess,
Hey, Brian.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, you won't believe how Daryl got to France. Okay, so in the Daryl show, they show a flashback of after the series finale where Daryl is on his bike, and then his bike runs out of fuel, and then he runs into this group, and then he runs into this group, and then he stays with them over time, and then he meets this kid, and then Daryl he finds out this kid got killed by one of those group members, and then he gets mad, starts fighting with him, and then they literally kidnap him, put him aboard a ship. Ship gets overrun by walkers, and yeah, that's how he eventually launches a boat, and that's how he got France.
Um, Wait, so a kid was killed, and then wait, isn't this the French people though that kidnapped him?
No, no, it was like a very bad. Well, it was a very bad like group of like bad people that killed this kid, and it pissed off Daryl, and then he started fighting one of them, and then they attacked him and kidnapped him and locked him in a cage, and then yeah.
Okay, that just sounds so rushed. Um, okay, wait. So how do you get on the boat? How do you get on the giant ship then? Like that.
I don't. I have no idea. They didn't show that. They just immediately cut him on the ship being locked up.
Okay, this makes no sense. I'm sorry. I just gotta say that. You're welcome. Thank you, man. I like your channel as well, but I understand you don't upload because you gotta work and school first. Yeah, exactly. I gotta put them first. Thank you for understanding, man. Yeah. I mean, like with work, I have a full-time job. I can't upload. I kind of upload a decent amount. Like I can do like a stream once a week kind of thing. And it's like, yeah, I can kind of upload at a good pace. But here's the thing though, when I'm doing Extinction, oh, I cannot upload because with work and Extinction, that is a lot of my time. But now that I'm in school too, it's just like, oh my gosh, like I have no time. You know what I mean? Like even the stream, like I haven't streamed in 2 months. Like, yeah, it's brutal, man. Like I gotta tell you guys, like my time is like so precious right now because like yeah, man, like going back to school after when you have a full-time job, it just sucks. Like, but I'm trying to gain more credits and stuff. You know, I'm trying to improve myself. It's tough. Basically, the kid.
But like,
Oh, hold on. Basically, the kid wanted to go to California, was doing anything to have supplies to get there, and Daryl kind of felt bad for the kid since he wanted to get to California to his girlfriend. Okay, wait, kid. Like, okay, is this a teenager? Like, I'm sorry, Ray. Can you explain that? The kid wanted to go to California, was doing anything to have supplies to get there, and Daryl kind of felt bad for the kid since he wanted to get to California to his girlfriend. And these old guys bullied and killed him. The rules where Daryl was in. What does that say? What was at it is no fight. It is no fighting, or you get shipped somewhere. Well, wait. So they knew they shipped him to France. Like, here's the thing though. Did Daryl mention the Commonwealth to them? Like did Daryl? So Daryl met some random kid. Like, could he have mentioned the Commonwealth to him? Like that looks 17 or a little older. Okay, but still, it's like, couldn't they have mentioned? Did he mention the Commonwealth? I don't know. It's confusing. Okay, guys. So a couple other news. So apparently, the Fear sneak peek. I heard from Dan that it was terrible. So it's like, oh wow, like of course, like the last sneak peek before the show comes back, and it's like, oh wow, terrible sneak peek. It's like, man, Fear cannot do anything right anymore. It just really can't. Like every time Fear.
well,
Yeah, go ahead.
sorry.
That's okay. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say in regards to the Fear teaser, I saw it, and yeah, it was pretty terrible because all it is was Madison meeting Strand, and then out of nowhere Madison faints for no reason.
She faints for no reason. Huh. Reminds me of another old blonde woman in the world. I will not say who. You guys can figure that out yourselves. But yeah, it's like that's how you know a character's getting old as junk. I'm sorry. Like when they're just literally passing out every like half a season or episode. Like if a character passes out constantly in an episode, like it's like, oh man, they're getting old. It doesn't count with Alicia because she was infected or whatever, so it doesn't count. So yeah, but with Madison, she's just old, like, like for real. Like I'm sorry, like, oh my goodness, Madison's old, man. It's just,
Like me, Well, like me personally, I find it kind of funny how you said before that like if they obliterated or wiped out all the fear characters, you wouldn't care.
Oh yeah, yeah, I did say that. I said minus Alicia, they can kill off all the fear characters, and I wouldn't care. Like, and I still stand by that. He only said to them that all that was needed was a radio to contact them. So in return for a radio, you must capture some walkers, since the people who shipped him like to lock up walkers. Yeah, see, I don't understand what is going on with this. So there were two different groups. Like one was the French people, one was these random raiders, and they just were like, hey, dare, like I don't know, it's confusing. I'm sorry, it just doesn't make
But
sense.
like,
Question: which Clem story do you think is more canon at this point? Book two, season one of my miniseries. Yeah, definitely your series, man. Book two. We are not talking about Clementine book two. That is garbage. I will not mention that. What are your thoughts on the title for the first episode for the ones who live? Right. Great question, Josh. I think it said what was it titled? Scrape from the bottom. I think that's what it was called. And I was kind of. Here's the thing, though. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it because it gives us a little something. Like, okay, it's pretty obvious the first episode is going to be Rick. He's going to be a worker at the CRM, just like Silas, and he's going to be scraping from the bottom, like doing grunt work, and then he's going to work his way up to being a soldier that we know he's going to be eventually. Because let's remember, Jade has said in World Beyond, he becomes very valuable to the CRM. So, and I hate how some people say, oh, well, a worker is valuable. No, a worker like that does grunt work is not valuable to the CRM. Okay, that is not valuable. They have lots of those. Okay, you become valuable to the CRM when you could do past grunt work. Okay, like for real. Like I'm sorry. Like if you think that Rick has been doing grunt work for almost 10 years, that's insulting to Rick Grimes. Like come on, you guys are supposed to be fans of him, but you think that he's been doing grunt work all these years. Like give me a break. But
well,
yeah, go ahead.
me personally, I'm not the biggest Rick fan, if I'm honest.
I'm not the biggest either, but I do enjoy Rick as a character, and I'm not delusional. We need him in the franchise. He's the face of the franchise, no matter what. I don't care if Daryl shows his greasy, long-haired face. I'm sorry, he is not the face of the franchise. Rick is the face. So as far as like scrape from the bottom, I would have preferred Years Gone By. And yeah, Walker Dead says that episode one should have been titled New World Order or Years Gone By. Yes, exactly, Walker Dead. I told Dan that I was kind of hoping the title would be Years Gone By, but that's okay. I can probably use that title in my show or something. Who knows? Maybe I'll add in an Extinction or something. So,
Hey, Brian.
yeah, go ahead.
Like me personally, I just wanted to say that yes, the Daryl show, it does open with him being tied to the boat, or that little boat. It does open like that with him being tied to it. But the thing that doesn't make sense to me is that in that flashback, Daryl was the one that launches that boat, and he jumps overboard. So, like, what you're telling me that he tied himself to that boat?
No, I guess they're
Like,
trying to make us think that those raiders tied him to the bow, and then the people who from France found him on their ship while in the water. Daryl passed out, I guess, and then they put Daryl in the cage. I guess that's what happened. I guess we have to imply that. Maybe they'll show it in the finale, but yeah, I guess we have to imply that. I don't know. It's weird because it's a very weird setup because you have Daryl meeting this random teenager, and then he gets killed by these raiders. Then these raiders decide not to kill Daryl. They decide to wash him to a shore instead, or tie him to a boat, and then like just float him out in the ocean. Seems like a lot of work. And then he's found by the French people on a giant, military ship, and they just so happen to be coming to the U.S. to for some reason, and then they go back to France, and Daryl just so happens to escape. Like it's a lot of contrivances. Like I don't like it, but
and guess what? You'll never know what happens in the finale. Apparently, there's some promos for the finale, and the main villain has Daryl at gunpoint.
Ooh, I'm so scared. I hope he doesn't shoot Daryl. No, please don't shoot him. Are you kidding me? That bullet is gonna bounce off Daryl's forehead and kill the guy himself. Daryl is a god in the Walking Dead universe. A bullet in the head is not gonna kill him. Daryl's a god. Come on. Come on, AMC. We're not stupid. We're not stupid. Some comment was telling me Rick will die because he saw them filming Rick's funeral, which I don't believe at all because they also said Andrew Lincoln doesn't want. Which I don't believe at all because they also said Andrew Lincoln doesn't want to play Rick. You mean play Rick anymore? Like, okay, yeah. Can you explain that, Rick Grimes? Even though Andrew Lincoln has what does that say? Has said how much he misses playing Rick. Yeah, as far as Andrew Lincoln, I think he misses playing Rick, of course. I just think that, however, he does not want to do it forever, you know what I mean? Like, I think he wants to conclude it, you know what I mean? But not as much as the Denai Guerrero. I think Denai, oh my goodness, she wants out of this franchise ASAP. I can see it. I see one season of...
Sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, but
no. It's, I just wanted to say, like, I'm pretty sure the reason why Denai is so done with this franchise is because of Carl.
I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it, Nick. I think that Marvel. I think she's making a lot of money at Marvel, and that's just what she's gonna do. You know what I mean? I just think you can't compete with that Marvel money, you know? That's kind of what it is, in my honest opinion. I think it's mostly that. But yeah, I think Andrew Lincoln wants to come back as Rick Grimes, but I don't think he wants to play it until he's senile. Like, I'm sorry, like Daryl, Norman Reedus, it's pretty clear he wants to play Daryl forever. But Andrew Lincoln, I don't think he wants to play Rick that long. Like, I could see 1, 2, maybe 3 years max. But that's it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I see one season of this show, and then maybe Rick comes back in something else. Which, by the way, guys, I don't know if you saw, but there was the whole untitled crossover spinoff that Scott Gimple apparently teased or something. So we could see this in, I would say 2 years. I would say 2-3 years max. We're gonna see this untitled crossover spinoff, and I pray that this is the Walking Dead Avengers Infinity War Endgame thing. I really hope it is, guys, because honestly, we have been dying for this for years. And yeah, I just really hope this happens, because I am just dying to see how they conclude this. Killing Rick off after having him gone for almost 10 years and making characters look for him is just stupid to kill him off. Yeah, Rick, if this was Ian and Andy writing it, they would do that. But this isn't Ian and Andy, so yeah, I don't think Rick is dying. Rick is not dying. I don't see it happening. But here's the thing, though. How do you end Rick's story, but you still have the CRM? You still have the French people. You still have Maggie Negan in New York. You still have... how do you do this? How do you end Rick's story in this spinoff, but everyone else's story is going to keep going, and they're never going to see him again? Like, and this is one thing I still don't understand to this day. Why is Maggie Negan? Why is Dead City set in the future? Because Nick, let me ask you something. Wait. I'm not done.
All right,
hold
sorry.
on. It's okay.
Right.
Okay. What I was going to ask you is, Dead City is in the future. So if Rick survives his spinoff and goes back home to Alexandria, to Commonwealth, you're telling me years later, Maggie decides to up and ditch, like, you know what I mean, and go to New York when Rick is back home? Like in Dead City, what if Rick is back home, timeline wise, but Maggie just doesn't care years later? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what is going on with that? Go ahead now.
Like, I do agree, setting Dead City in the future was a mistake.
Thank you, man. Yeah, it is. Because now you have a huge timeline issue. Now, Maggie you can't have her mention Rick. You can't have her mention Michonne or Judith or Carol or Daryl or anyone. You can't have her mention her longtime friends because it's going to spoil things. And it's a bad idea. Denai Guerrera is also a writer too in The Ones Who Live, so it should be good. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that, Rick. I mean, I know she is. I know she's a co-writer, but the thing is, I think Denai wants to be done with this franchise. You know what I mean? She's going to write an episode. She's going to film some episodes, but I think she wants to be done with this franchise. Like, she just wants to be done playing Michonne. And I don't blame her 100% because Denai has been playing Michonne since like 2000, 2012, 2013. So I get it. When you play a character for 10 years, it's like, yeah, guys, we kind of need to wrap up this character, like have an ending, you know? So yeah, I totally understand. What?
You get tired of it eventually. You get exhausted.
Right, and it's not just, even if you have multiple breaks, even if you have time off, whatever, you're still going to be like, yeah, guys, I want to conclude Michonne's character. I kind of want to conclude her story. You know, I want to see her ending. You know, so yeah, that's what they should do. And guys, I said it before and I'll say it again. I think Michonne is a 75% chance of death in The Ones Who Live. I think Michonne is a goner. Like, not a guarantee 100%, but I say 75%. I'm calling it.
That's kind of that's kind of funny considering the comics. Michonne didn't die.
Well, neither did Carl.
Yeah.
Denai probably wants to be done with it, but I feel like she accepts coming back as Michonne if Andrew Lincoln is involved, since she respects the man. Yes, exactly. I don't think Michonne would have, Denai would have come back if they couldn't get Andrew Lincoln to come back, because, you know, it's like, hey, here's the thing though. I'm surprised Norman Reedus is fine filming multiple years without the OG actors. You know what I mean? I'm surprised Norman Reedus is okay with not filming with Lauren Cohan, Jeffrey D. Morgan, with Andrew Lincoln, like all these characters, all the actors from before. I'm surprised Norman is okay with filming, basically just doing a whole show by himself. And I know Carol's coming back, but seriously, Daryl Dixon, The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon, The Book of Carol, what is that? What kind of title is that? So it's going to be TWDDD TBOC. Like, oh my goodness, that acronym, like, it's gigantic. Like, I don't know, it just doesn't make sense. Is Carol an author now? The Book of Carol? Like, what? Like, I don't know. But I will say, guys, I'm excited for this crossover idea. I'm excited. I just don't know if it's going to work. Yeah, it's okay, man. Like I said, I just don't know if this crossover spinoff is going to work because, like I said before, Maggie and Negan are stuck in the future, and Andrew Lincoln might want to be done after one season. You know, like, you know, that's it. So I don't know. I think Norman was let down. Melissa McBride wasn't coming out of the show, so he had no choice but to do it by himself. Couldn't he have quit, Rick? Like, you know what I mean? Couldn't he have told them, like, hey, I don't want to start filming until she comes back. You know what I mean? Like, until Melissa's ready. Couldn't Daryl have done that? Or, sorry, Norman? Because, geez, like, seriously, the amount of times that Norman has agreed to AMC to do things, like, it's just insane. You know, Norman, we want you to play Daryl like this. We want you to grunt a lot. We want you to fight Rick. We want you to, leave, do your own spinoff. I don't know. Does Norman agree to everything they ask of him? Because I don't know. It's just weird. Yeah. Okay, I'm done with that.
Like I do agree. It is kind of weird how Norman is kind of agreeing to everything, especially since like he's one of 3 people left from season 1. Like out of all these season 1 characters, he's like one of 3 people left from that season.
Right, and also let's remember Norman almost died filming season 11. Like, seriously, like, does this guy not care about his life? I'm sorry, like, what's up with that? Like, you know, he almost died. Like, I don't know.
How did he almost die?
He had a concussion. Remember the filming for season 11? He sustained a concussion.
Oh.
Yeah, like he's just okay. I'll do a spinoff. Like it's like, dude, you just had a concussion. Like, come on, man. Like have some pride, man. Like I don't know.
But like, yeah, it's just crazy to me to think that out of the entire cast from season one, there's only Rick, Daryl, and Carol left.
Yeah, and let's remember in the comics there was only two left. After Rick died, there was just Carl and Sophia. So I don't know. I feel like one of them has to die. I don't think it's going to be Rick. What do you think? If you do you think they could kill off Daryl or Carol at the end of the franchise? And if you do, which one? Like, what do you
Probably
think?
Carol.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I'm stuck between them. Um, I'm stuck between Daryl and Carol.
I'm sorry, it just doesn't make sense for Carol to have lasted this long. Doesn't make sense for her to have lasted this long. It doesn't.
Yeah, I do agree. I'm not saying Daryl's a bad character. I'm just saying, like, last this long, like, decades into the apocalypse, it's just like, I don't know. It's really, with the CRM and stuff, I don't know. I don't see what future he has. What's Daryl going to do against the CRM?
I'm telling you, just like you're telling me that really weak, like you're telling me that really weak housewife who was constantly being beaten and abused by her husband, you know, like that woman survived this long? Get out of here.
I mean, I do understand that arc. Well, here's the thing, though. Carol grew as a character, but Carol lasting this long, yeah, I kind of have to agree that that's a little bit like you looking back and it's like, yeah, the fact that Carol's going to go to France too, yeah, I kind of agree. I think like Carol has been milked in this franchise a lot. Same with Daryl. Let's see. Let me read the chat. It would be cool having someone with Daryl because it would have been amazing duos like Rick and Michonne, Daryl and Carol, and Maggie and Negan. Right, but Daryl's by himself, so it's like, it's just a weird way to start a season, a show. I'll confirm this. My Walking Dead reboot series, we will see more CRLM connections in Patient 7 and Walking Dead miniseries. That my Walking Dead reboot series and main show will have 12 seasons. Awesome, man. Awesome. In total. Norman's been there forever, so he must be getting a high paycheck to say yes. Right, but it's like, but if you're already rich, why keep accepting money? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I get millions of dollars and then I have a concussion and someone's like, hey, we'll give you another million, I'll be like, no, I'm good. I just had a concussion. Like, I'm good. I'm already rich. So I don't know. Walker Dead, thanks. Okay, welcome. All right, so yeah, so I said it before and I'll say it again. I'm excited for this whole Walking Dead crossover Untitled spinoff. Here's the thing, though. Hearing about a Walking Dead Untitled crossover spinoff, it's a lot better than hearing them confirm an Aaron and Gabriel spinoff. If they said that an Aaron and Gabriel spinoff was coming, if they told us that yesterday or today, I would have been pissed. You guys know me. I love The Walking Dead. But you cannot just take Aaron and Gabriel, who are supposed to be caring and loving fathers, and just have them go off on a journey by themselves. The last gay man on earth and the last pastor go on a journey. Like, no, like, they are good in Alexandria. They're fathers. They have a community. Don't just, like, they're, you know what I'm saying? Don't put them on a journey that doesn't make sense. Like, because then you're going to have them abandon their daughters. And Coco, she's like 1 year old, and she just lost her mother. Like, Gabriel, your girlfriend just died and left you with her child. Like, and you're gonna leave? Like, what? Like, no, like, don't do that. Like, I hate that idea. And the same with Aaron. As soon as Aaron saw Gracie, as soon as Aaron saw Gracie as a baby, he protected her. He raised her every day for, 9 years? Her whole life? Okay, you can't just have him leave for a spinoff and leave her behind. It's just not going to work. So this whole crossover spinoff, I like it a lot more than them announcing a Gabriel and Aaron spinoff or God forbid, a Madison and Strand spinoff. I would have thrown up if they announced a Madison Strand spinoff because I would have been like, yeah, Madison already got a spinoff. It's called Fear the Walking Dead. Okay? You can't just give her another spinoff. Okay? And it's different with Rick. for Rick it works because, one, it's a different story with Rick than we've seen before, and two, it's Rick freaking Grimes. He deserves as many spin-offs as possible. Now, Madison? She should have stayed dead at the stadium. Okay? Same with Strand. Strand never should have survived. He's a psychopath. He's a murderer. I mean, also, he's downright gross. I mean, come on. He fell in love with Alicia, who, rage. Ugh. Sorry, go ahead.
I definitely do agree that Strand, they definitely gave him too many chances in Fear. Like me personally, if I was Alicia and I found out that my lover, who was a good guy, an innocent person, trying to frickin' threw him off the tower like it's nothing, threw him off the tower, killed him. If I was Alicia, I would have just killed. If I was Alicia, I would have killed him. I would have killed Strand. The fact that he killed an innocent man for no reason.
Right? How can these characters be so okay with murderers? With being in a group of murderers? It's just frustrating. It depends. Norman has said he doesn't Daryl to die. You mean doesn't want Daryl to die? Here's the thing, though. Daryl doesn't have to die. I don't hate him. Like, you know what I mean? But his story has to end. Like, eventually, you know what I mean? And AMC uses him for money. Yeah, AMC loves milking Daryl. Like, seriously. He's on a milk machine.
I know we all don't like Charlie, but I mean, hell, like, even her, like, new love interest, he was just a kid. He was just a boy, and Strand threw him off the tower.
Right. Is Charlie going to forgive that? Like, is she just going to forgive that? I'm sorry, but it's so unrealistic how you can have Strand backstab the group, constantly hurt them this much, and they still give him chances. What has Strand ever done for them that was good? What has he ever done to earn this level of loyalty? Okay? This would be like, imagine Rick. Imagine Rick shows up and he kills Connie. You know what I mean? Imagine that. Imagine if they have imagine they have Daryl and Connie get together in the Walking Dead main show, and Rick just shows up and then he kills Connie. Just murders her. And Daryl is just like, I forgive you, Rick. And then Rick does something else. He kills he kills somebody. He kills Stephanie. Eugene's girlfriend. Max. You know what I mean? Imagine, and then he kills Max afterwards. And then Eugene is like, Rick, you hurt me, but I forgive you. Like, it would just be so stupid. Wait, Strand didn't kill Charlie's boyfriend. Right, but he let it happen, right? Like, he was still part of it. Wasn't he? Yeah, maybe he didn't throw him off, but still, did he let it happen? I'm pretty sure he did. Strand was responsible for countless deaths that season, so he technically is to blame for that. I think Troy... Oh, wait, Carol's still alive to show people how an unexpected character like Carol in Walking Dead Season 1 almost outlasted everyone. Yeah, I get that, Rick, but still, like, Carol has lasted so long. Like, just end the character. Like, I don't know. I don't see how much story is left for her. I think Troy coming back was stupid more than Madison's. Yes, it was, Rick, because we saw Troy die. He was on Talking Dead Memorial. His head was literally bashed in, and a dam exploded on top of him and drowned him. Like, and yet Troy is alive. Oh my goodness. Daryl might have some competition. Troy might be part God. Who knows? Me
personally, when it comes to Fear, I'm just like, yeah, that's Fear the Walking Dead for you.
Yeah, some people want Fear. I don't think Fear is going to connect into this Untitled crossover spinoff. I don't think Fear is going to cross over because they showed 3 shows in the background, and it showed The Ones Who Live, Daryl Dixon, and Dead City, but it did not show Fear. So it's like, oh wow. So imagine all the Walking Dead shows connect except for Fear. I don't know about World Beyond, but I don't know. I just would find that funny. Like, for example, in the AMC's The Walking Dead Universe franchise, no one from the Walking Dead series ever found out the CRM existed. With My Walking Dead Reboot series, it's possible that characters could learn about the CRM exist. Yeah, I admit, Walker Dead, that is one of the dumbest things that has happened recently in the franchise. The fact that the characters didn't even find out about the CRM. Like Morgan knows about them, but the characters just kind of drop it. And obviously Rick has been living with them. But yeah, the fact that Daryl and them never found out, it's sad. Like come on, guys. The CRM are not that hard to find. They're not that hard. They have black helicopters and Humvees, like, you know what I mean? And their soldiers wear black armor. Like, they're not that hard to see in the zombie apocalypse. Like, come on. Stranded Killer's boyfriend, it was transferred man. Right, but like I said, he was let's see. The untitled Walking Dead crossover spin-off series unfortunately won't have Rosita in it, because Rosita in AMC's The Walking Dead universe is fortunately dead. Yeah, that's true. Strand wasn't there, he went somewhere else for a bit. He didn't come out. Wait, he didn't come out that episode? Wait, where was Strand then? Oh, right. I kind of remember a little bit. Was Strand... Oh, gosh. Was he on a mission or something? Or was the actor not available? Like, what was up with that? I don't know. But yeah. Well, he sent him on a mission, right? I don't know. It just... See what I mean? I just don't remember Fear that well. Because it's just so bad. My mind blocks out whatever happens in Fear. Because it's just so dumb. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I guess I'll admit, I got that wrong, but it's like, you can't blame me for getting that wrong. Fear is just so dumb. Like, I just don't remember anything that happens in Fear. Like, you know, it's
It never used to be.
Right, I used to remember everything that happens in Fear, but now I'm just like, I completely forgot. I don't know what's going on anymore in the franchise. Sorry, not franchise, but Fear. Oh, gosh.
Like to me, my opinion... Like to me, in my opinion, it just sucks what happened to Fear. I used to love that show back in season 1 to 3.
Right, I did too. Even 4A, I liked 4A, season 4A. That was good. When Madison and the whole Vultures thing, the best. But I'm like, I don't hate it, you know. The stuff they were doing with Morgan, Alicia, the killing off Nick. I'm like, well, first off with Nick, I'm like, no, why would you kill off Nick? You know, but then it's like, oh, the actor wanted to leave. Right. So then I'm like, okay, well, I can't blame the writers. If the actor wanted to leave, that was a good death, I have to admit. If the writers just did that and he wanted to stay, then I would have been like, oh yeah, the writers are horrible. But it's like, no, he wanted to leave. So I'm like, oh, okay. So, but then they kill off Madison, and I'm like, oh, come on. But then I still gave them chances because I'm like, well, we still have Alicia. She is all I need to keep watching the show. And then they ruined her. And then they had her leave.
Until season 7 happened.
Yeah. And then I was just done. Strain wasn't there. Bro, I'm so sad Rick lost a hand. It was shown in the teaser. What I liked about his TV counterpart more, he's available. He's available to fight better than he did in the comics.
He didn't lose his hand.
Yeah, here's the thing, Rick, you didn't lose your hand in the teaser. Please show me a scene in the teaser where it shows that Rick has no hand, because when he's killing that zombie, he has his hand. He's just has it open for some reason. You know what I mean? Because you can see the watch on his arm. Like, if Rick lost his hand, he would not be wearing a watch on that arm. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't work. So yeah, Rick, I don't think he's gonna lose a hand, man. I don't think so. I just don't think it's going to happen. Also, they would not show it in the teaser. There's no way they would show it in a teaser. Let's remember, guys, this is a 30-second teaser. There's no way they're going to show a spoiler like that. By the way, if Rick does lose his hand, though, this is the end of Rick Grimes. Like, really. Because I don't see them bringing Rick to another show, and then they're like, hey, Rick, we're going to have to see... Andrew, we're going to have to CGI your hand. Like, that's going to be tough. Hey, Shook Earth Media. Welcome, man. Guys, check out his channel. I think, you might have been here a few times. But yeah, guys, Shook Earth Media. He
a great content creator.
Yes, he is. A great gamer, great Walking Dead YouTuber. And he suffered through Clementine Book 2. This guy's tough, okay? He is as tough as Rick, as Daryl, as all the OG Walking Dead characters, because he read Clementine Book 2, and I could never do that. So, round of applause for Shook Earth, man.
I ain't buying that garbage.
Yeah, just no. Like, that thing was just garbage. Let's see. I don't think talking... it's good. Madison also Talking Dead Memoriam, and yet Ian and Goldberg and Andrew Chambliss brought back Madison Clark and Fear the Walking Dead against Star Plus. They did it just for views. Yeah, they did it, Walker Dead. It's pretty clear that they're incompetent writers. Yo, what's good? Not much, man. We got about 10, 20 minutes left of this stream. We're talking about the ones who live. I am so excited for this show. Was a little bit disappointed that the teaser was so short. Everyone is saying that Rick is going to lose his hand. I don't think it's going to happen, guys, but I'm still excited either way. And yeah, I don't think talking
sorry.
So considering Ian and Andy betraying the Walking Dead Memorial, bringing back Madison and Troy back from the dead, I sure could. If you go to point 7 in the teaser, you see a metal thing attached to his hand. I think that's a knife, Rick. I think that's like a knife or a wrench or a piece of metal. I don't think that's Rick's hand is gone. Appreciate the shout out. Thank you. Yes, Clement was rough. I mean, I assume it was. I assume it was Shook Earth because literally a 17-year-old girl and adults, are. Ooh boy, that is not a pleasant scene to talk about. Like, what the heck? Like, seriously, I'm surprised that's even legal. Let's just say that. Don't forget they did show Rosita's death scene in the trailer. Oh well, they're not past spoiling the show. Yeah, that is true. They did show Rosita. Here's the thing though, they didn't show Rosita's death. They showed Rosita struggling with zombies, and then it was like, oh yeah, she did fall in the zombies, but she didn't die from that. But then she got bit and died in a later scene. So I think that's more of a hint, than a flat out spoiler. You know what I mean? But yeah, I see what you're saying, man. I'm really shocked that Rick is still alive. Storm, go ahead, Nick. You want to say something?
No, I was just gonna say, like, my opinion, her getting bitten doesn't make sense, because, like, if you think about it, she had on, like, 3 layers of clothing, a backpack, so how'd she even get bit in the first place with all that stuff in the way?
Yeah, I admit, it's a little bit weird. So, like, because her clothes weren't torn, so I guess it's like, okay, so did the zombie bite her in an area that she wasn't covered on? But then it's like, but she was wearing a lot of layers, so the only part exposed on Rosita's body in that area was her neck, and the bite was not on her neck, it was around her shoulder. So did the zombie tear through the skin? A zombie has to tear through your clothing to bite into the skin, you know what I mean? So I don't know, it's a little bit weird, but I get it. The actress wanted to be done with the franchise. I kind of get it, but still, I kind of wish Rosita could have got a good ending. You know what I mean? I don't know. Me personally, she was not. I wouldn't have killed her off if I was writing it, but I didn't hate it. It's just, I get it. They wanted to pay respects to the Andrea death from the comic. Let's see.
Well, yeah, that was pretty much how Andrea died in the comics.
Right. I don't know. I think if Rick loses his hand, it makes his chance of survival more likely, because that's too much suffering for him to go through almost 10 years, lose a hand, now kill him. Bad writing there. Yeah, well, that's Ian and Andy for you. That's their writing, but yeah, not Gimple's as much. But okay, here's the thing though. If Rick loses his hand, he's not dying. But then again, this means we're not going to get Rick in another season of something else, you know what I mean? Because then they're gonna have to CGI his hand. It's gonna be problematic. It's just, I don't know. Do you guys agree?
And like, if you think about it, that's kind of the funny thing. How throughout the main show, like the freaking writers kept messing with his hand. You know what I mean? They kept messing with it.
Right. Well, to be fair, they never could have Rick lose his hand, so they kind of were teasing us. Guys, we are fish, and AMC are the fishermen, and Rick's hand is like the bait. Okay? AMC loves teasing us with the CRM, with Rick's hand, with anything. They love acting like we're fish. They love fishing us. The AMC just does that. They love it. They love fishing. Like, they love teasing us. It's just a thing. The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, episode 5. Carol said, come back. Who do you think it is? Great question, Joshua. I think, even though I'm not getting my hopes high, the only person it can be is Rick. Here's why. Here's why I'm saying Rick. Because Rick and Michonne have to be back home by the Daryl Dixon timeline. They have to be back. And, here's the thing, too. It can't be Morgan. Daryl has no connection against Morgan. it can't be Dwight. And some people say, oh, but and I hate this explanation. People say that, oh, Daryl promised to kill Dwight if he ever saw him again, and Carol's nervous because now she saw Dwight again and she knows about the promise. First off, we don't even know if Carol knows about that promise. Two, I highly doubt Daryl would still kill Dwight after all these years, after everything he's been through. I highly doubt Daryl will kill him after something that happened years ago. He fed him dog food sandwiches and kept him in a dark room for a few days. That's the torture that Daryl took. I'm pretty sure Daryl's over that. Like, come on. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, after all these years, after everything that they've been through, I don't think Daryl cares about that anymore. You know? Okay, so it's not Dwight, it's not Morgan, it's not... Oh, and I hate how some people saying it's Heath. Guys, he's dead. Get over it. Okay? Heath is dead. So yeah, I'm gonna say Rick. Although if it's not, I'm gonna be like, of course. Let's see.
Hey, Brian.
Oh yeah, 1 second. I hope you're right, because I really don't want him to lose a hand. LOL. Yeah, I just don't see it happening, because it's like, I don't know. I just don't see it happening. It's been so long. Go ahead, Nick.
So I was gonna say that I still remember that scene. Like this goes back to how AMC kept messing with Rick's hand. How in season 6, when he was in episode 3, I think he was running down that road. He saw the walker with the bloody machete going through its shoulder. Clearly had like Walker infected blood in it, and Rick cut his hand on it.
Right, exactly. That was such a stupid that was such a dumb scene by AMC. Like, don't get me wrong, I love season 6, but like, come on. You want Rick to injure his hand? Fine. Have the wolves injure his hand. Not literally grabbing a zombie that has a machete sticking in it and then cut your hand on it. Like, come on, Rick. What the heck was that? Like, and also the Walker blood. They literally confirm in season 8 that Walker blood in the body will kill you. And then it's just like, oh, Rick is fine. Like, come on. So yeah, it's just poor writing. And that scene was just poor writing. Not necessary. It was dumb. Shook's like, Heath isn't mean. Yeah, exactly. Dude, Heath is never gonna die because he's already dead. It's like the thing from Game of Thrones. What is dead may never die. And that is
like Scott.
Right, Scott too. Oh my goodness. I am just so sick of it. Daryl has no connection to Heath. Daryl has no connection. We don't even have a connection to Heath. He's dead. People just need to give it up. Oh my goodness. They don't remember Heath.
That's the thing about Scott. He also vanished.
Yeah. It's been 10 or 11 years since Heath was last seen in Alexandria. Right. It has been like 9, 10 years from my timeline. Like, yeah, they don't care about Heath. Like, come on. I didn't miss your question, Walker Dead. I just skimmed through it. I mentioned it before, and I've answered it before, and also I think it was directed towards them, so that's why I didn't answer it. Okay, so let's see, guys. Another 10, 20 minutes, maybe? Does that sound good to you guys? Also, thank God this internet connection is working. It looks like the internet, the connection is excellent. I'm glad there hasn't been any issues or buffering. So, yeah, I'm really happy about that. But, yeah. So...
Frickin' Scott, man. Jesus Christ, he lasted forever.
Well, to be fair, I think Scott is dead. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think, like, he and Virgil and Kyle... Oh, my goodness. Scott, Virgil, and Kyle all were killed by the Commonwealth off screen in season 11 when they took over Alexandria. I'm just going by that, man, because I'm just like, the show does not care about them, so why should I? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's just crazy though. Like, in my headcanon, that's what happened to them. All right, guys. Like I said, guys, we gotta kind of wrap this up. 10, 20 minutes. Heath had to be traded as an A since Jadis was going to do Rick and Gabriel in season 7 and 8. And Negan too. Exactly, Rick. Jadis's checkpoint there with the CRM, she's supposed to give them A's every time she would kidnap. Let's think about this logically, okay? An A is a test subject. A B is an asset. Because let's remember, Hope and her dad were Bs. Okay? And let's remember what Jadis said. She confirmed it to Huck in World Beyond. She said, I had someone special. I had an A, but I said he was a B so he wouldn't end up in your mother's lap. I owed him that much. So that literally confirmed two things. One, that literally she was going to say that Rick was an A, as in he was going to die. But she didn't. She, like, you know what I mean? The person that she owed, that was Rick, not Heath. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look what happened with Negan. She tried to feed him to a walker. Same with Gabriel. Same with Rick in season 7 and season 8 a little bit. Like, wait, not season 7. Yeah, season 8. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. Jadis's job, and remember when she said that I have a B, the pilot was so pissed. The pilot was pissed at Jadis when she told him that Rick was a B, because he wanted an A, because that's what she's supposed to do. Yeah, exactly, Rick. Whatever happened to Barbara? Whatever happened to Barbara, the Alexandrian? She was like the last, besides Aaron, she was like the last OG Alexandrian. And the show is just like, we forgot about her.
Like, that's the problem with season 11. A lot of characters vanished in that season.
Right. And also, Rick, if you didn't know, Barbara lost her kids to Negan. Negan killed her kids in season 8. And yet, the show acts like Maggie is the most victimized person in the world because of Negan. I'm sorry, but I have to laugh at that. Like, seriously, 16 years, 20 years later, and Maggie is still like, I hate you, Negan, because you killed my husband. Maggie, shut up, okay? Negan killed Barbara's kids. You don't think she's more pissed than you? You don't think she has more of a reason to kill Negan than you? Like, get over it, Maggie. You let Negan live countless times. Get over it. Like, oh my goodness. Like, you're not the only victim in the world. Sheesh.
I find it funny how, in a way, Daryl was the one that caused Glenn to get killed, because if he hadn't punched Negan in the face, Negan even said in season 7 that he was only planning to kill Abraham, but Daryl, after he punched Negan in the face, that caused him to kill Glenn. So, and the fact that Maggie doesn't even blame Daryl, like, I don't know.
Well, they kind of addressed that, and also Daryl's a friend, so it's like one of those things. But yeah, I admit Daryl is partially at fault. He did get Glenn indirectly killed by his recklessness. Walking Dead is going to end with a reboot, not a separate spinoff. Would have ended the TV series. Yeah, but Walker Dead, AMC did not plan this well. Yes, Rick, she had kids. Like, go on the wiki and look up Barbara, and it'll show you that she has kids or had kids, and they died thanks to Negan. And it's like, and yet Barbara seemingly has no reaction to Negan, and it's like, wow, she is taking this so well, whereas Maggie is still like, I hate you, Negan. And it's like, Maggie, why are you super close to Negan with your mouth open? Like, I'm sorry, I have to bring that up, because it's like, Maggie, I either kill Negan or kiss him, because I'm just done with you and him arguing all the time. Like, just, I'm done.
I'm guessing it was during season 8 when Negan bombed Alexandria. That's when their kids died.
Yeah, and this is not, the show never confirmed it, obviously, but it's on the wiki, and obviously the wiki is very inaccurate, but it's like, hey, if it's on the wiki, then it has to semi-be true, you know what I mean? It has to partially be acknowledged, even if it's not canon to the show, it has to be acknowledged. Barbara should have died back in 609 of TV series. I don't know, Walker Dead. I think it's good to have some OG Alexandrians left, but yeah, the fact they did nothing with Barbara. Like, Barbara literally was raising Judith after Carl died. When Carl died in season 8, she was taking care of Judith for Rick, because Rick literally was ignoring his baby daughter for multiple episodes to go kill Negan. Like, seriously. Like, I get it, Rick was in trauma from losing Carl, but he left his daughter to Barbara and, just just to kill Negan for several episodes. It's just like, it's just ignored. It's like, what? Like, I don't know. It's just, Negan and Maggie kind of made peace at the last episode of Walking Dead, but did City ruin that? Right, it did, Rick. Why did they reboot? Why did they redo the Maggie versus Negan stuff? Like, seriously, why retread that storyline? It already ended in a decent way. So what, is Dead City going to end with Maggie and Negan splitting up and she's going to say, I'm never going to forgive you, but I don't hate you? Like, that's literally the same thing as we got. Like, season 11.
And me personally, that's one of the main reasons why I'm not that big of a fan of Rick, is mainly all the mistakes he did in season 7 and season 8. Those 2 seasons kind of ruined Rick for me a bit.
Yeah, that was definitely not Rick's smartest seasons. Yeah, and by the way,
like again, I'm sorry, like Jadis and her junkyard group stabbed you in the back, shot you in the side, betrayed you. So why the frick are you going back to them in season 8, Rick?
Yeah, I don't know. Also, because Rick decided to go back for them, he couldn't stop Carl from getting bit, and Carl got bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if Rick was not trapped by Jadis, he could have went back to Alexandria and stopped Carl from getting bit. Like, think about that for a second. Because Rick was trapped by Jadis. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know. It's just, and also, do we forget this? Jadis literally killed several Alexandrians in season 7 when she betrayed Rick. And Rick just doesn't acknowledge that. Like, he literally walked past their bodies in the season 7 finale. And it's just like, as season 8, he's just like, hey, Jadis, why don't you come back to our side? Rick, she literally murdered some of your people. The show, that is canonized. We don't know who they were, but you knew them. They were your people. So it's like, what the freak, Rick? What the heck? So yeah, season 8, Rick was not the best.
So stuff like that where, is the reason why I'm not the biggest fan of Rick.
Yeah, well, to be fair, that was Gimple writing him. Like, gosh, Gimple could not write in season 7 and 8. Shooks, he says, Rick went back to the trash people like 5 times. Yeah, exactly. You know what they say? Once you go trash, there's always going back. I don't know if that's a saying, but I made it up. So, yeah. Rick was the best part of season 7 and 8 for me. Yeah, I don't know, Rick. I mean, well, you are Rick, but I don't know. Your character was not so great in season 7 and 8. No, not so great. Rick said to Jadis, we killed yours too, but we need you and you need us. I mean, it's like, oh yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, but it's like the way Rick says it as like a smile, like we killed some of yours, you killed some of ours. Hey, it's not a big deal. Like I don't know, just the way Rick said it, like it was so uncaring. Like, I'm sorry, but like, I don't know. Like, imagine you were a family member of that person that died, like, and you hear that, hey, Rick Grimes, the leader who made that stupid decision of trusting that junkyard people, he went back to them, and he's trying to get them on their side. If I was someone in Alexandria, I would be like, what the heck? Deanna put this guy in charge? It's just...
again, let's not forget that one of those junkyard people almost beat Michonne half to death.
No, not almost. Michonne was beaten half to death. So that was, Rick almost lost his son and his girlfriend, like very close, because Jadis betrayed them. Yeah, I just don't understand why. Like, I feel like it would have been cool if Rick decided they needed to take out Jadis and the Saviors in season 8. Like, you know what I mean? That would have been cool. Imagine instead, where we get that scene from the comic, obviously, where they trap the sanctuary. But after they trap the sanctuary, Rick goes back to the junkyard, and there's like this special nighttime mission where you have Rick and the best fighters getting into the junkyard, and they just like massacre everyone. Like, not like, oh man, you can't massacre them. That's not Rick and them style. Guys, it's a bunch of junkyard people. Like, literally 90% of the fans were cheering Simon when he massacred the junkyard people. Like, You know, like I don't think fans would have lost respect for Rick for doing that. Like, let's be honest. I will admit this. I'm willing to do Scavengers better in my reboot series one day. Let's be fair, Scavengers and The Walking Dead went badly. Yeah, it did. It did. Walker Dead. He only went back to Jadis because he needed numbers to fight Negan since Kingdom soldiers got wiped out. So now they needed the garbage people to have even numbers. Yeah, but that's before that. But wait, Rick. Rick went back to the junkyard people before. I think before Ezekiel and them were wiped out, and after Carl died, he went back to them again. But it was their fault that it was partially Jadis's fault that Carl died because Rick was kept a prisoner for like a day and he couldn't go back to Alexandria. Like, you know what I mean? So, like I get it. Rick needed numbers, but we saw in season 8. The groups, even after losing so many people from the kingdom, we saw in season 8 how Rick and them still had so many people left. We saw it. So I don't know. I don't believe that Rick and his group needed the numbers. I just don't believe it. Like they had the. Yeah, I just don't believe it. I'm sorry. Like I get what you're saying, but it's just the way the show showed it was like, no, Rick and them are good as far as numbers. Because in season 8, we never got the sense that Rick and his people were almost all wiped out. We never really got that sense.
But like I definitely do agree with you how it was beyond ridiculous how the saviors in season 8 were pretty much like Pikmin, how every time Rick's people would take out saviors, more would come out of nowhere, and then they kill them, and then more would come, and then
Yeah, exactly. Well, hold on. Rick Grimes soldiers were wiped out in 804. Rick went back to Jadis in 806. Wait, but was he told? Was he told that the kingdom was wiped out? Because I'm trying to think. Walking Dead, season 8. I'm trying to think. Was Rick ever told that the kingdom got wiped out? Let me think about this for a second. Let me just think about this. Yeah, guys, please ask your last questions because I'm gonna give it about 10 more minutes and then I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna have the stream going just a tiny bit more since we got some awesome people like Shook Earth here. So, yeah. Let me just check this. Okay, did Rick find out about the kingdom?
I'm sorry. The Walking Dead. As much as I love the main show, as much as I love this main show, it's not perfect.
Oh yeah, of course not. It is far from perfect. In 810, the same Rick goes back to the junkies again. We find some dead and walkers. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Rick and Daryl were car chasing. Told Rick and Daryl 805 who was left from Kingdom. Chasing told the guy. Oh wait, the guy who. You mean the savior he killed? Like, I don't know, but it's just. I don't know. That's. Why did the savior tell them that they wiped out the kingdom? I don't know. That's just weird. Let's see. Expand. Okay, yeah. So let me think. Yeah, Rick and them take out the outpost. Then he's held gunpoint by Morales. Then the savior swap off the road. Reach out to the Argos truck, stabs him in the gut, pushes on the vehicle. They approach the truck with the remaining savior. Seen in the field, they chase the Argos. The investigator is still alive, Terry. He tells him that the saviors of fighters and chemists were killed, except for Ezekiel. After all, he promised everyone and the survivors are going to die. Rick stabs him in the head. Daryl next, grabbing dynamite with boxes to blow the sanctuary. Yeah, see, okay, so. So this was the dynamite part, and Daryl and Rick fought. But then I don't think Rick says that he's going to Jadis, and I don't know. It's just let's see. Daryl says he'll meet with Daryl after he executes the final step of the plan. Right. He asked Rick if he's going to talk to Injunctions, and he says that he will. Yeah. So like that was the final part of the plan. Why? Like, you got Big Brain Brian in the house. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not staying too long, DeRosa. Season 7 have so many problems. Yes, they do. That's funny. You're in the chat. And okay, so Yeah. I guess, like, I don't know. So, like, they got... Okay, so they lost the Kingdom Fighters, and then... Okay, so they lost the Kingdom, and then Rick decides to go to the Sanctuary. But here's the thing, though. Why does he go by himself? This was a really dumb plan, in my opinion. Why he goes by himself. He didn't have one person watching Jadis. I think one thing that would have been smart is he should have had a sniper watching Jadis in them. That way, you know what I mean? Like, and to report the movements back to him. But yeah, Rick just... Yeah, it's weird. So... Yeah, so he does find out about the Kingdom. You're right, Rick. He does find out about the Kingdom, but it's just, like, loose? Like, the guy says that, oh, we killed the people of the Kingdom. And Rick decides not to check it out? Like, not check with Jerry, Ezekiel, Carol? Like, at least check with them? You know, see if it's right? Like, you know what I mean? A guy says we wiped out the Kingdom. You're gonna believe him? Like, you know, it's a savior. Like, how do you know all the people from the Kingdom died? Like, you know, you're not gonna check if Ezekiel's okay? I don't know. Rick just left right after. I don't know. That was so weird. What's up, boys? I heard someone say Morales came back from the grave. No, DeRosa, he is dead. We're good. Again, killing Carl, it sucks. Now part of the Walking Dead legacy. As Future dies dead. Yeah, exactly. And speaking of Future, I really hope they don't do a Walking Dead Next Generation show. I will hate that. Like, let me know what you guys think, but I will hate it if they do a Walking Dead Next Generation show. I'm just not going to like it. Rick said he was going to walk to the junkyard so his vehicle was destroyed. He went by himself because the plan was if Rick doesn't report back soon, Daryl and the rest will kill Jadis. Well, yeah, like, that's what should happen. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, that's so weird, though. Like, Rick actually walked all the way back to the junkyard? Like, wait, do Jadis and them have cars? Wait, okay, so when Rick went back to the junkyard, people was captive for a few episodes, then he got Jadis back on his side, then they go to the sanctuary? Like, did they walk or did they have vehicles? Now I'm questioning this. How far is the junkyard from the sanctuary? Because if Rick had no vehicle and he just walked to the sanctuary, to the junkyard, and then we see him and Jadis and them at the sanctuary, and then they abandon him, how did they do that? Yeah, I don't know. That's so weird. That was not done right. That was not done right. Killing Carl made that comment on season 2 very pointless, meaningless. Yeah, it did. Nah, Jade is too broke. Yeah, she too broke for a car. Yeah, yeah. Final questions. Will you play The Walking Dead Destinies when it releases? Will you do another live stream about talking about my Walking Dead? Wait, will you do another live stream but talking about my some point in 2024? Yes, I will do another I will do a live stream on Destinies, and I will do one about your reboot series in 2024, Walker Dead. Yes, I will. All right, guys, 5 more minutes maybe, and we are ending the stream. Just letting you guys know. I decided to keep it going a little bit longer since you guys are so amazing. And
hey, Brian.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, it just really sucks to me that amazing scene in season 2 after Dale died where Carl and Rick were sitting in the barn and, you know, like Rick saying that, Rick's telling Carl that, hey, people are going to die. I'm going to die, Mom. Like, I'm sorry, that scene is ruined now.
Yeah, it is, because the fact that Carl's the one that dies, it's like, well, it's kind of ruined now. Yeah, after Jadis agreed to fight Negan, they had a truck driving the sanctuary, having Rick and the rest of the guard people in it. So they had a truck of their own, the garbage people? And here's the thing, though, Rick Grimes. How many trucks did they have? I completely forgot, but I kind of remember now the truck. But now I'm thinking, like, wait, weren't Jadis and her people, weren't they running on foot? Like, I don't... That part is just so weird. Also, how many of Jadis's people fit in the truck? Man, I'm so curious on that now. Exactly, killing off Carl Grimes season 8 was absolutely terrible. I'm not gonna repeat the same thing. Carl Grimes will live. Let's just end the stream by saying RJ is the future. No, Rick, RJ is not the future. He is so boring. I have seen a bag of potatoes with more character development than him. I'm sorry. And I know what some people might say. Oh, he's a kid. AJ from the Walking Dead Telltale game is a kid. And he has more character development than almost every character in Fear combined. Okay? So, So I don't want to hear it. I'm sorry, I don't want to hear it. It's just not
And speaking of RJ, Daryl mentioned him in, yeah, Daryl mentioned RJ in his show in France to one of the other new characters.
interesting. Yeah. Listen, RJ will bring
Hmm.
balance. How will he bring balance? The kid doesn't even speak. Okay, his dad is got his. He had to grow up without a dad. His mom, flat out abandons him, and his sister gets shot. His guardians just straight up and ditch him constantly. He gets kidnapped by Commonwealth. He doesn't care. Like, oh my goodness, what is with this kid? I'm sorry. He has no reaction to anything. Seriously, Judith can die right in front of him, and he's not gonna have a reaction. Like, Rick, what did you do? What did you do when you were pregnant in Michonne? Michonne, what were you drinking or eating when you were pregnant with RJ? Because this kid is a stone block. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. What is wrong with this kid? At least reboot series.
And you know how Daryl got knocked out off screen in season 11 in the
Oh
series
yes,
finale?
I hated that. That was so bad. That was so bad.
Well, he got knocked out again in his show.
What, off screen?
Yeah.
That's so lazy. You can't just have a character. AMC needs to make up their mind. Either Daryl is a god or he is just a really old man. Like, make up your mind. Oh my goodness. Like, come on. Yeah. RJ with solo beta. Okay, you know what, Rick? It's time to end the stream because this is getting too You're having too much fun with my stream. You're having more fun than I am. What if Rick found out RJ is Ezekiel's son? It's not going to happen, DeRosa, because you can see that RJ is. It's pretty clear he's half black. You know what I mean? And he's half white. Uh, so if he was Ezekiel's son, he would be full. You know what I mean? But RJ clearly looks half. Thank God RJ Grimes won't be in my reboot soon. Just saying, where Virgil at? I think he's dead, DeRosa. I believe the Commonwealth killed him off screen in when they took over Alexandria, because you can see some blood on the windmill. So I think it's implied he got killed off screen. Not the show did not imply it, but they hinted that people died in Alexandria, and Virgil is my first to go on the kill him block. So yeah. Oh, pointless character.
And again, I'm sorry. The Commonwealth soldiers in season 11 were so freaking laughable bad. They were laughably bad with just how stupid they were.
Is it bad I want the CRM to show up and kill the Commonwealth soldiers? Is it bad I want them to just massacre them all? Oh my goodness. It's just, okay, to be fair, TV series Carl was done absolutely dirt. Yeah, he was Walker Dead. Alright guys, I'm gonna end the stream now. Thank you guys so much. Rick Grimes, Walker Dead, DeRosa, Josh, Shook Earth Media. We got so many of you awesome guys here. Thank you guys so much. And Nick for co-hosting with me. Thank you so much for coming tonight, man. Really appreciate it. Mo in Fear is like the same age as RJ, and she talks like she's an adult. Yeah, like they gotta find a balance. Like Mo is like, she acts like an adult, and she's like 7, 8, and RJ is like 7-ish, and he doesn't talk at all. Like, you know what I mean? So like Mo talks too much, RJ doesn't talk at all. So it's like, can they find a middle ground, please? All right, guys. Thank you guys so much.
And one more thing. I just wanted to say, well, like the main kid in Daryl's show, like again, like he like again, he's a kid, and so far he's never asked about the world before.
Oh, I hate that. Kids born in the zombie apocalypse should ask about the world before. That is a given. Look at Ellie from The Last of Us. She did that. AJ did that. Kids would ask how the world was before. That's just a common thing. It's absolutely necessary if you have a kid born in the apocalypse. They have to ask about the world before. Or their parents. They have to ask these things. These are things kids would ask. Come on, AMC. These kids like Yoda, bro. Yeah, for real. Thanks for the stream, man. Have a good night. Thank you for coming, Shook Earth. I am so glad you came. Have a great rest of your night, man. You rock. You too, Rick Grimes. Later, dude. Have a good one. Yeah. Have a fantastic rest of your night. Stay tuned for the future of the Reba series out, and good luck on your homework, bro. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm gonna need it. Homework has been brutal this week. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much. Enjoy the rest of your night. I will see you all next time. Actually, for Extinction Season 5 is premiering in a few weeks, guys. We are finally here, almost here, for Extinction. So yeah, guys, enjoy that. It's going to be my next video coming out. It's going to come out on the 25th. So, yeah, just a few more weeks. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your night. God bless. Take care. Bye.